Hi everybody, it's Craftin Just Because with Cowan, and today I'm featuring the Band Together bundle, which is this great set, and then it comes with some framelits, but there's some beautiful sayings, and we're going to go ahead and get started. It's a whole week of featuring the Band Together set, and I'm sorry, I said whole week. What I meant is throughout the month, I'm going to be sharing a couple projects a week featuring this set. And this is the card that we made. It's called the Magic Envelope card. And what it is it's a big sheet of designer series paper, and then your card is glued inside. So I'm going to show you how to create this wonderful project. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. First, you want to start out with a piece of designer series paper that is 8.5 by 11. And then you're going to want some coordinating cardstock that is 4 1/4 by 5.5. And this is the new terracotta tile. And then a piece of Whisper white cardstock that's 4 by 5 1/4. And what you're going to do is on your designer series paper, you're going to want to decide which piece you want on the outside and which piece you want on the inside. I think I want that terracotta tile to be on my outside. So I'm going to start with this side up. And then you're going to go to your right corner. And what you're going to do is you're going to take a ruler and you're going to measure up 3.5 inches. So what I did is I placed my marker at the corner at 3.5 inches. And then I went up and just made a little pin mark. Okay, you're going to cover that up, so it doesn't matter. You could use pencil or pen. And then what you're going to do is you're going to center this piece of cardstock right in the middle, or on that line. So I'm going to come in with my my liquid multi-purpose glue. We're going to use tear and tape here in a minute. And I'm going to center this piece of cardstock so that the bottom has a full triangle down there. And I'm just going to press down just like this. Okay. Now what you're going to do is you're going to need a bone folder, and you're going to bend this up to that cardstock line. And then you're going to burnish that line. Okay. Now you're going to come in on the other side and do the same thing. So on the right hand side, you're going to bend it right there at that cardstock line, and then go ahead and burnish that line down. Okay. It looks spunky up here, but you'll see what we're going to do here. Then you're going to take the bottom triangle and do the same thing. Kind of run your finger up to that cardstock line, and then very carefully burnish that score line. And you want to make sure that these edges are straight so that you don't see them from the front, okay? And then you're going to do the same thing. I'm going to unfold it, but I'm going to do the same thing here just to get that nice score line. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to unfold it, and I'm going to start from my left to my right, to the bottom, to the top, just like so. Make sure you burnish it. And then you're going to flip it over, just like that. Okay, so now this, I went ahead and I used the Layering Squares framelits, and I punched out the smallest scallop square. And that's kind of where you're going to put your stamp. Okay, so what I did is I went ahead and glued the corner on, just like this. So you could either put a stamp, if you're mailing it in the mail, you could put a real stamp there, or you could put an image here. I'm just putting this so where I know where it's at. Then I'm going to come in with my tear and tape. If I can find where I put my, oh, there it is, my tear and tape. And I'm just going to put a couple marks there because you want something heavy that's going to seal this up if you're mailing it. So I'm just going to put a couple pieces right there, but I'm not going to take them off right now because I'm not done with my card. And then in the die set, there is this really pretty label, and I'm going to go ahead and glue that right onto the front. So I'm going to make, and that's where you'll put the address of who you're sending it to. And then I went ahead and I pre-colored and stamped one of the flowers here. And so I'm just going to glue that onto the outside of the envelope as well. But now we're going to go into the inside, and we're going to take that Whisper White piece and we want to stamp it. So I'm going to get out my block and my Memento ink. And I'm going to show you guys a trick. So the flower stamp comes and it's this big, big piece. Okay. I'm just going to set the flower part just like that onto my block, not the rest of it. Because I just want to stamp in the corner my flower. And because I'm doing it this way, I'm just going to go down with my ink pad and go like that. And just stamp right off here. Just like that. So there's a trick. There is a die that cuts out just that flower, but that's a cool trick so that you could still have, not ruin your whole piece of paper. And then I'm also going to pick a saying, and I think I'm going to put, celebrate the best day ever, right here. So I'm going to put this down, put my block on, and just right there in the center, I'm going to put down my stamp. Now I'm going to come in with my blends, and we have some new colors this year, and I'm going to color in the flower with this coordinating color that I picked, and it's the Seaside Spray. So I'm going to come in with my dark color, and I'm going to color in that center. And then I'm going to kind of just do some squiggles and color some of these little petals like every other one with this dark. And we'll do some blending here. But this card is very simple, but I think kind of gives a big wow. It's kind of one of those projects that people aren't expecting, so when they get it, they're like, oh, this is amazing. Okay, so whoops, I forgot this dark line here. So just like that, and then I'm going to come in with the light Seaside Spray, and I'm just going to go over the whole flower, blending those colors together. This color is so pretty. The surprising color for me is this terracotta tile. I wasn't a huge fan when I saw the new colors come out, and I've been so drawn to this terracotta tile. I've already used a bunch of the cardstock. So it's funny how your mind just, once you see it or you start creating with it, how it just kind of gets you inspired. Okay, then I'm also going to come in with my Old Olive combo marker, so the dark and the light, and I'm going to do a little bit of this stem and then blend those together. Okay, so now that we're done with that, I'm going to come in with my Wink Stella and add a little bit of glitter to it. And then I'm going to open my card back up. And I'm going to glue this right onto the center of that terracotta tile piece of cardstock. Just like that. And there's, whoops, there's your card. Thank you guys for joining me today. Look forward all month to, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, me sharing a new project with this Band Together set. It's a gorgeous set, and it's one you'll want to have for sure in your project or your Stampin' library. Anyways, until next time, talk to you later, my creative peeps. Bye-bye.